Fighter jets are a crucial part of navies all around the world. They play a vital role in projecting power in the vast oceans, as well as securing unadulterated air superiority. They provide cover for aircraft carriers and other military ships and conduct precision strikes and attacks to neutralize maritime and terrestrial targets. In the current geopolitical climate, these jets serve as an obstacle against hostile actions and thus safeguard international waters. They were introduced first in 1944 when the German Messerschmitt Me 262 was deployed into service in the World War II era. Today, fighter jets are the most sophisticated and powerful component of a country's navy. These battle machines are specially designed to fulfill multiple missions, including air-to-air combat, neutralizing ground enemies, investigation, and even some parts of electronic warfare. The United States Air Force has asserted their dominance in the skies for over 40 years thanks to the F-15 Eagle. The F-15 Eagle is a versatile and highly accomplished fighter jet with both defensive and offensive capabilities that are required in a military fighter jet. Taking its first flight in 1972, the F-15 quickly grew to be the symbol of U.S. air dominance. This fighter jet was made as a counterpart of the Soviet Union MiG-25 fighter, and the outcome did come out pleasant, as the F-15 outperformed the MiG-25 in every aspect, including speed, maneuverability, firepower, and air combat. Everything about the F-35 was way more efficient than the Soviet Union fighter jet. The F-15 was created by the McDonnell Douglas Corporation and has carried out various important missions, including Operation Desert Storm. The aircraft has been exported to various countries, including Saudi Arabia, Japan, and Israel. The F-15 has an all-metal semi-monocoque fuselage with a large cantilever shoulder-mounted wing. The wing platforms of the F-15 suggest a modified shrunk delta shape with a leading-edge, swept-back design. The F-15 Eagle is capable of carrying a wide array of weapons and even combinations of different air-to-air weapons like the A-10 Advanced Medium-Range air-to-air missiles under its wings and an internal 20mm Gatling gun as well. These missiles are loaded onto the aircraft by personnel known as the weapons loaders. Loading missiles onto the F-15 requires a lot of skill. Following critical procedures, the weapon loader examines and inspects the missile thoroughly before placing them on a jammer vehicle, which then transports them to the fighter jet. The weapon loaders then place these missiles onto the pylons until they're firmly attached to the aircraft. Powering the F-15 are two Pratt & Whitney engines that are capable of delivering up to 50,000 pounds of thrust force, combined with using afterburners as the pilot engages the throttle. This insane force causes the exhaust nozzles to spit out blazing flames. When the aircraft activates its afterburners, it produces more thrust than twice its weight, which contributes to its taking off quickly. The pilot pulls the stick inside the cockpit, which then makes the aircraft take off with its nose almost pointed vertically upward. All of this is possible because of a highly complex and sophisticated cockpit that is specially designed to give the pilot important information and controls required to carry out a variety of missions. One of the key features of the F-15 Eagle is that its cockpit comes with a heads-up display, throttle radios, multifunction display sticks, and weapon systems. The F-15 Eagle is one of the most efficient and technologically advanced cockpits in the world of naval technology. However, this factor also makes it harder for the pilots to operate the F-15. Another unique characteristic of the F-15 is its rear cockpit, where a co-pilot sits. This co-pilot is often a navigator who helps the pilot and operates the complex weapon systems. The interesting thing about these controls is that they're the same for the front and rear cockpit. This allows the co-pilot to assist and take over the plane in situations where the pilot is injured or is busy in something else. The F-15 Eagle comes with a multi-mission avionics system, including a heads-up display, flight instruments, ultra-high-frequency communication systems, tactical air navigation systems, and advanced radars. It also has an internally mounted central digital computer. The heads-up display provides all the necessary flight information to the pilot by projecting all the data gathered by the integrated avionics system. The display in these aircraft is specifically designed to be visible in any light conditions, providing information essential to track down and destroy an enemy aircraft without the need to look down at other cockpit instruments. To get fully used to the F-15 Eagle, the U.S. Air Force performs what's called a strafing run. It's a military practice that includes practicing attacks on ground targets from aircraft using automatic mounted weapons. The co-pilot sitting in the front of the aircraft has the duty to operate the weapon system, while the pilot focuses on flying the aircraft as low as possible and close to the target. The pilot is trained to take defensive measures when required. The F-15 Advanced Warfare System offers various benefits and countermeasures, ranging from state-of-the-art radar warning systems to conventional flares. The F-15 Eagles are often deployed at various locations far away from their home base, so additional fuel is important for these aircraft to travel to these remote locations. To tackle this, the U.S. Air Force deploys airborne tankers to refuel aircraft whilst in the air. This is done by the F-15 approaching the tanker at a steady speed to receive fuel. The tanker has an extendable pipe-like structure known as a boom, which is then used to refuel the aircraft. While all this is happening, the F-15's pilot and the boom operator are in touch with each other through radio systems in order to conduct the operation with precision and success. The tanker then separates itself from the F-15 after the refueling process is done. The F-15 Eagle is powered by two Pratt & Whitney F-100 PW220 or 229 axial compressor turbofan engines, which are mounted side by side in the fuselage and are fueled by rectangular inlets with different intake ramps. Regular maintenance and inspection checks of the engines are held by the U.S. Air Force crew at different time intervals. If any fault is found in the F-15s, they're transported to specialized facilities known as engine repair shops. Here, the F-15s are thoroughly examined and fixed. For the repairing process, the engine of the aircraft must be carefully extracted from the plane. This separation makes it easier for the workers to identify and fix any problems immediately. The first procedure of the repair process starts by looking for any oil leaks in the engine. If none are found, the maintenance team moves on to the next part. Even though the engines brought into the engine repair shops are the same, their problems may vary. So it's the maintenance crew's responsibility to detect and rectify the problem and repair the rest of the engine parts before they put them back inside the aircraft. The maneuverability of the F-15 is derived from a low weight-to-wing area ratio with a high thrust-to-weight ratio. This enables the aircraft to turn tightly without having to slow down. The F-15 has the ability to climb 67,250 feet in approximately 60 seconds. This ability comes from the dynamic thrust produced by the aircraft at certain speeds. This thrust is greater than the aircraft's combat weight and drag itself, and enables the aircraft to accelerate vertically in the sky. The weapons and flight control systems of the aircraft are specifically designed so that a pilot can safely perform effective air-to-air combat. When the engine's turned on, it produces massive flames and extremely loud noise. For this reason, it's tested in a noise-suppressed enclosed facility called a hush house. These facilities are very helpful for engineers to test engines and other aircraft systems under real-life conditions. Some hush houses are designed to also test the additional capabilities of the F-15, such as weather-related testing, the weight and balance of the aircraft, night vision, and also evaluate the effects of wind on the aircraft. Typically, these facilities are made in large areas that are enough to house an entire aircraft. However, the aircraft must be held in place by restraining devices to resist the engine thrust. In 2018, the United States Air Force and Boeing initiated to build an advanced version of the F-15. This new aircraft was scheduled to replace the F-15C and the F-15D aircraft. The team worked on improving the older version, which included the capability of the Amber system to carry up to 22 air-to-air missiles, advanced electronic warfare and avionics equipment, and lastly, the electronically scanned radar. The F-15X is able to perform air base and homeland defense and also deploy standoff weapons. It has a revised structure with a service life of over 20,000 hours. There was another model of the F-15, also known as the F-15CX, which had the same capabilities as the F-15X. However, the Navy opted for the two-seater F-15X variant, which has the ability to be flown by either a single pilot or with a pilot along with the weapons systems officer to carry out complex missions. The F-15X was bought by the United States Air Force to maintain its fleet size as the production of their F-22 aircraft ended. The F-22 has three main key areas that make it unique: its stealth, advanced avionics, and speed and maneuverability capabilities. The F-22 is the first American fighter aircraft that can fly at supersonic speeds. In early flight tests, it sustained speeds of Mach 1.5, 1.5 times more than the speed of sound. Not only that, it's the first American fighter jet that can supercruise, and that too without using its afterburner for extended periods in combat situations. But its production came to an end because of multiple factors. This forced the U.S. Air Force to find a solution. So in July of 2020, the United States Defense Department funded an order for 8 F-15Xs to be delivered over a span of 3 years for $1.2 billion. The F-15X made its maiden flight on February 2, 2021. However, critics suggested that the F-15X would not be able to survive against modern air defenses by 2028. The aircraft is the top-of-the-line, most advanced variant of the multi-role all-weather day and night versions of the F-15 aircraft family. It has increased speed, more range, and the capacity to carry heavy payloads with a state-of-the-art cockpit as well. The aircraft is equipped with the capability to provide enhanced situational awareness in both day and night times. The aircraft is capable of accommodating 1 or 2 crew members depending on the mission. It measures about 63 feet, 9.6 inches in length. It's approximately 19 feet high and has a wingspan of 42 feet. The aircraft has an empty weight of 34,600 pounds and a maximum takeoff weight of almost 81,000 pounds. It has the ability to reach speeds of up to Mach 2.5 or 1,650 miles per hour at high altitudes, has a combat range of 1,272 kilometers and a ferry range of around 3,900 kilometers. The United States Air Force has plans to use the F-15X in support of their F-35 aircraft and provide firepower in order to destroy enemies that are detected by the F-35 during aerial warfare operations. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning is also a multi-role stealth fighter that stands as the pinnacle of advanced technology and is the climax of decades of progressive research and collaborative efforts. This world-class fighter emerged from the Joint Strike Fighter program. It's considered one of the most advanced aircraft ever built. One of the most notable features of the F-35, particularly pertinent to its stealth capabilities, is the advanced and innovative internal design of its weapons bay. To keep the stealth factor of the aircraft at its top potential, this aspect of the aircraft is essential to help it maintain its low profile and stealthy signature during missions. Another feature of the F-35 is that it can carry its entire armament internally, a strategic choice that significantly reduces the cross-section of the aircraft, thus acting as a factor and making the aircraft difficult to detect on enemy radar. The F-15X dominates in dogfighting, a word used for air warfare maneuvering. This fact was acknowledged by the U.S. Air Force when they conducted the first ever test operational flight for the F-15X at the Nellis Air Force Base in October of 2021. The Nellis Air Force Base can be said as the best place to do the operational testing, as it offers the best surface-to-air and air-to-air training range, and also provides reliable data back to the operators. To evaluate the performance of the aircraft, the new aircraft was paired with the already existing F-15C and F-15E, and then a series of development tasks and tests were performed to guarantee that the new aircraft was up to par and met the requirements of the military. The pilots performed both offensive and defensive maneuvers, both day and night, in order to evaluate the performance of this new variant of the F-15. The ultimate comparison of the F-15X with multiple other fighter jets got the best out of the aircraft and according to numerous reports on the back end, the F-15X extensively performed a lot better than all of its previous variants. However, the F-15X has not been properly integrated into full service yet, but these extensive tasks do prove, once and for all, that it is a powerful fighter and in and of itself a true force to be reckoned with. Nevertheless, as of now, only time will truly tell how well the F-15X turns out once it hits consistent active duty and mission reports start to roll in. Well, that's the end of our video for today. If you enjoyed it, then please show us your support by pressing the like button and subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn the bell icon on. This way, you'll be the first to be notified whenever we upload a new video on our channel. So, as always, thanks for choosing to spend your time with us here today, everybody. We'll catch you all in our next video.